What's up, y'all? Sparty here. For this video, what I want to do is going to be a little bit more of a quick video. I want to talk audio a little bit more, and what I'd say to look out for in terms of marketing and things like that. And in particular, when a company says that their phone supports high res audio, it it's a very common thing to do. Sony does it. So, despite the fact that I am getting the Xperia 1 Mark III, Sony does indeed do it. I do want to talk about that. LG never really did it. They just were like, look, we have a DAC and a DAC in our phone that can actually drive these things. And that's basically all they did, aside from the V20 saying that you can utilize MQA through Tidal and things like that. But in terms of all of those things, I do feel like it's important to bring this up because marketing can be very sticky, and it can lead you down a road to say, oh, this phone supports the Xperia 1 Mark III supports high-res audio. Maybe I should get that if I want some of the best audio out there on a phone, right? And the reason why I would say that's not necessarily the case is because a lot of the times when they say that, yes, they do indeed play those files, but they don't play them at their highest possible bit rate, or things like that. And it kind of gets to the point where they sound they sound like CD quality more than they sound like higher quality files, right? And a main reason I want to bring this up is because what I feel LG did very well in particular is that they literally went out and told people what the Quad DAC is capable of. I don't think I have that fingerprint registered. And apologies, let me turn this display down. So this is on Android Authority. This is back when the V20, the first Quad DAC phone, came out. And they say the V60 in particular can do 32-bit audio, 32-bit up to 384 kilohertz sample rate. Now here's the problem. A lot of people constantly say things like, oh, the V60 could only do 24-bit up to 44.1 or 96 and stuff like that, right? The problem that comes with that is like the vast majority of files, no one really records in 32-bit. So, and you can't really up-res it. You can't really find any site that you can up-res your files up to 32-bit audio. So, for example, what I did was Eminem song Discombobulated. Let me turn the volume down so I don't get copyright struck or whatever. What I did was I converted it to a 32-bit 96 kilohertz file. I can't find any site that allow me to do like anything beyond 96 kilohertz, but as you guys can see here, it's a 32-bit 96 kilohertz wave file. It doesn't say wave right here in LG's music app, but I can assure you that it is. I can actually just show you right here. Details. Where's it at? Wave.wav, right? So that's something that I do indeed want to show you guys. Whereas, say I go to the exact same song in the actual one, I have two different versions of it. I have I think this is a 24-bit version, Here's a 24-bit 96 kilohertz, and as the guy showed you before, I have a 32-bit 96 kilohertz version. So I'll go back to it just to show you. "32-bit 96." So again, like I said, you can't really find any it's very difficult to find 32-bit files without it being something like Mozart or anything like classical music. If you want stuff that you actually listen to be 32-bit, you probably have to go to, like, say, a solely high res version of the audio. The sites that sell high res versions of those albums. So maybe Deezer does it, or Quobuzz. I don't know about Tidal. I do have Apple Music, so I will indeed check that here real quick. And I did indeed download the APK so I can get even higher res files out of here. ALAC is only 24-bit 192 kilohertz, which is fine. I don't necessarily think that's bad. But say I go to discombobulated yet again, right? And as you guys can see, it says lossless right there. 24-bit 44.1 kilohertz ALAC. And that's all you'll really get out of Apple Music right now, which sucks. I do think it's more of a limitation of Android, not necessarily a limitation of the hardware itself, but I did want to bring that up, where I do feel LG gave you the technical specs. It told you it can do up to that. I would advise people, if you do get a V60 or even any other LG phone that has the quad DAC, I would advise you to just look into it more. Go up to 32-bit, maybe you do WAV files instead of FLAC, and maybe you can get 32-bit files. 96 kilohertz to me honestly is fine. I don't necessarily think you need 384 kilohertz files, but honestly, if you're able to get any sort of software to either rip a CD from a laptop to your, obviously your storage, up to that sample rate, that'll be very nice, right? But I can't really find anything right now to do that. I want to end up finding something like that, but obviously it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do. But in terms of this, that's all I really want to say. I do feel like know what your phone can do, basically. In terms of audio, I wouldn't necessarily solely go by what the manufacturer says, because a lot of the times when it comes to these limitations, it's limitations in the operating system itself and not necessarily the phone. Because why would LG tell you it can go up to 32-bit 384 kilohertz, but the phone ain't allowing you to do it? A lot of the times it just tends to be that. But that's all I really want to say with this. This is Sparta. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for support. The S21 Ultra is indeed getting a little bit warm right now, despite the air being on. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday or whatever time of day it is in your area. Have a good one.